So it looks as if that Frankie Love has finally gotten under the skin of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Bubba. I'm talking about you, John Sperring. You see, it's not an easy thing to do to get under the skin of the Bubba, John Sperring. But I've done it. You see, after the last video, Bubba went on to Madalena's page, he went on to Shocker's page, and told him that I want to do homosexual things with him. You think so, Bubba, huh? Or is it that you're just afraid of me? Because I think that's it, Bubba. I think that's it, John. You see, with everything I've done, only 2 people have accepted my challenge. One, Danny Uvino, who said it would be an honor for him for me to kick his ass. And then there's Keith Shocker, who said, yeah. So Keith, we're going to let everybody know the story about you. You see, when we were kids, Keith was a bully. That's right. He used to go around stealing the nerds' lunch money, which I honestly didn't have a problem with. But you see, Keith was brutal in what he did, and there was this one day where he went after this nerd, wanted his lunch money, he wouldn't give it to him, so Keith had him cornered against the locker, and Keith went to punch him, but even though he was a nerd, he was smart enough to move, and Keith, bam, smashed his hand into the locker, breaking it. That's right. Now, over the years, Keith has gotten into several fights, breaking that same right hand. So Keith, when he fights me, I don't know, maybe he thinks he's Ken Shamrock and needs to wear a little 3-ounce glove, much like this one. So Keith, September 25th, say goodbye to your son and come home, Keith. Come home and go to the high school that molded you to become the man you are today. Come home. Come home and put on a glove much like this. And step in the ring with Frankie Love and be prepared to take the beating of a lifetime. You see, there's blood on these gloves, Keith. Yeah. Maybe I won't wear these gloves when I get in the room with you because I'm a man, and I'll admit I haven't broken my hand in years, so I can handle it now. Obviously, you can't with all the damage you've done. I believe you've probably broken your hand, what, 5 or 6 times now? So you need the protection. But Keith, that glove ain't gonna protect you from what I can do to you. But there's also a lot of people on here saying, Frankie Love, you're making this all about you. It's all about you. No, it's not about me. It's about celebrating the life of Dean DeSimone. So that's why we're all going to be there that night. But, Keith, I'll be honest with you. Okay? It doesn't have to be a one-on-one matchup. No. Not by a long shot. Keith, tell you what. I'll make a phone call. No. I'll just walk across the street to Madalena's house and ask him to be my partner. And I will reform a team that, for over the years with various partners, has run rampant all over the wrestling world. I will reform Sex and Violence, this time with Mike Madalena. I know what you're all saying. Frankie, Mike Madalena's a pussy. Yeah, I know that. But in the weeks before that matchup, I can turn Mike into the most violent, sick, and twisted individual you have ever seen. And Bubba, I know what you're thinking. Frankie, you can't do that. Yes, I can. Now, Keith, maybe you can call up your old next door neighbor, the fat ass that lived across the street from you. Then again, when we were kids, he wasn't a fat ass like he is now. So, call up your old neighbor, Bubba John Sperring. See if he'll team with you against Frankie Love and Mad Mike Madalena. The carnage that could ensue in a tag team match. I mean, I just may have Mike do my light work, but then again, I enjoy beating asses and, look, Keith, you're a good kid. You really were. You always will be. I remember the days at Dragon's Den. But, Bubba, don't think I've forgotten. Don't think I've forgotten the heat that was on between me and you in the 8th grade. But, Bubba, I don't want you to forget what I did to you in the 8th grade. I remember that day so clear. The day you were bothering my cousin Dina. You just wouldn't leave her alone. You just kept pushing it. And you kept pushing me. Until I snapped. And I was choking you out, John. That's right. I was choking you out to the point where I could have killed you. But I didn't. And as I looked up, as I had you on the ground, choking you out, I looked up. And a sea of students was running. And I knew I had to let you go. So I wouldn't get suspended for beating your bitch ass. So John Sperring, Keith Shocker, Danny Gavino. Guys, all you gotta do is show up on September 25th. I'm not coming alone. Whether it's with Mike Madalena or my friend right here, I will beat anybody's ass in memory of Dean. Because that's the kind of guy I am. Now, there's one last person I'm leaving out. Because he's a no-good lying piece of shit. And I'm talking about you, Craig Cash. You whip out a piece of paper saying, "Oh, look, I got a plane ticket. Yeah, it's a plane ticket. I spent $600 on it. Yeah, I'm gonna come there." You're so full of shit, Craig. It ain't even funny. But in the miracle that you actually do show up, my friend, you're gonna be going home in a body bag. Now, remember this, September 25th, whether it's Frankie Love versus Keith Shocker, one-on-one in a Philly street fight with Keith wearing his little gloves, or whether it's a tag team match if Keith had the balls to call up Bubba, and it could be Frankie Love and Mike Madalena, Sex and Violence, 2010, against you two, pissants, Bubba and Shocker. Well, folks, the time's drawing near, and it's getting to the point where somebody's gonna have to step up to the plate, and so far it's only been you, Keith Shocker. Good for you. It shows you got balls. It also shows your sense of stupidity for wanting to get in the ring with me. But that's okay. I know why you're doing it. Because you love Dean as much as I did. He was your friend as much as he was mine. And it's not about us or our rivalries or our friendship. It's about celebrating the life of Dean DeSimone. I'm Frankie Love, and I'll see you at Lincoln High School on September 25th.